It's Sunday, June 15th, 2025. I'm in Norwich, Connecticut on New London Turnpike. And I'm going to walk around Three Rivers Community College. I am pointing the camera in the location of the former Norwich Regional Vocational Technical School. It used to be right in front of us. It is no longer there. It was demolished several years ago. As we move towards the main entrance of Three Rivers, there's the sign. There's a look across London Turnpike. I'm actually just waiting for some of the traffic to lighten up so you can hear me, but I always like that house right there across from the college. Alright, let's take a walk on grounds over here. Hopefully I won't be kicked out by security or anything like that. But right in front of us, right there would be Norwich Tech, which obviously is not there anymore. Now there's roads. Let me do a sweeping view. I see a vehicle approaching down here. Hopefully it's not security getting ready to kick me out. But that's a view of the Three Rivers College. And they have tons and tons of parking. I'm probably right on top of where the school was, Norwich Tech. You can see some of the signs. Let me do a little sweeping view of the massive parking. This is just one of the many parking lots. This place is not hurting for parking, that's for sure. I mean, there is just acres and acres and acres of it. As a matter of fact, there's more. I'll show you when I get down here. So I'm just walking down one of the main roads that this is probably the main road people would drive to get to this, closer to this school entrance. Hopefully that background music isn't going to give me a copyright violation on YouTube. That happens. So they got this really nice, I don't know, there's a tower, clock tower. I don't know, I guess it's a staircase, and it almost looks like some kind of an observation area way up top there, and there's a clock on the side of it, obviously. Let me walk down here. I mean, it's nice music in the background, but if it's copyright protected, YouTube will not allow me to upload this video without permission from the artist. So that could be a problem. And there's not much I can do about getting rid of the music, so. I mean, that's actually coming from a neighborhood over there. It's very loud. I don't know if there's a party or what's going on, but more signage right here. But I'm going to show you another parking lot, another massive parking lot before I get closer to the school, because this is interesting. This used to be a soccer field. When I went to Norwich Tech, down here was a soccer field. They didn't have football at Norwich Tech. They had soccer, but it was really right in front of me. We used to have baseball down here to the right. Where is that? Yeah, over where those those new trees. I'm not going to go too far here, but straight ahead where I'm pointing the camera, you can see over there, that was a baseball field. They had, I kept score there. I was a scorekeeper. They paid me $9 per game, which back, I don't know, late 70s, whenever that was pretty good. Because I was basically just sitting there having fun, keeping score. You know, was it a hit? Was it an error? The whole thing. Professional style baseball scorekeeping. But this would be the outfield right here. You know, you got guys like Chucky Mitchell and, you know, my brother played down here. He was one of the best players in the league, and he hit a ball off Chucky Mitchell one day. Dead center. There was no fence. It just went on. It was like, you know, the polo grounds. I mean, you could crack the ball and just hit it as far as humanly possible. It wouldn't have, there was no fence to go over, so you had to run around the bases to get a home run. But he had a home run off of Chucky Mitchell one time. I mean, okay, it's family, and I don't think there's any bragging involved here, but I sat in on the vast majority of games down here as scorekeeper during that era, and that's the longest ball I've ever seen hit in this field. Nothing comes close that I personally have ever seen. That was hit by my brother. Dead center, that tree in the middle, that kind of green, large-leafed, small tree. I mean, he lit that thing up, and it ended up in this was not a parking lot. This was nothing but a giant soccer field right here. So when I say there's parking down here, I mean there's tons and tons and tons of acres and acres of parking. Could never fill this thing up. But yeah, my brother, that ball is long gone. I mean, he waltzed around in bases no problem. But they had a lot of guys that could play some seriously good baseball back then. I think it was called the Norwich Big League. I could be wrong on that, but I'm going to head back up towards the school. But this is definitely, this little area back there was worth checking out for folks that went to Norwich Tech. Because soccer was a big deal at Norwich Tech. And so was, you know, baseball in these fields. That was another big deal. This place used to, you know, there used to be a good crowd watching the games down here. But that's in the past. That is no longer a functional situation down here. All right, let's go up to the front of this school. It's Sunday. School's out for this summer. Yeah, it says State of Connecticut Clock Tower entrance. So, yeah. This is brand new. I mean, not brand new, but this wasn't here when, you know, Tech was here. This is all new construction. Hopefully you can get a good view of that Three Rivers Community College logo or, you know, sign up there. There's the front door. I'll take a walk around the back. It's a good look at that. Sign, access to all wings from this location. There's some kind of a big Willimantic waste paper company, you know, a unit that you would throw garbage, or if you're remodeling or something like that, you would throw all the debris in that thing and they would haul it off. This video is going to have a soundtrack. I mean, you got your bench, I don't know, smoking area. Apparently those are, I'm guessing, ashtray. Yeah, there's a cigarette logo on the side, so it's an ashtray. Another entrance right there, side entrance to that clock tower. I'm gonna go back and get a little bit wider view over here. More parking. All right, get a side look at this thing. A bunch of signs down here like that. But this is relatively new construction. I don't know the exact date, but it's not, you know, whenever Norwich Tech came down, and if you know the date, feel free to let me know, but when that came down, this building was constructed right here. There was already Three Rivers Community College was already here. This is just an expanded, newer version. Here's another side entrance, or actually it says main entrance. So I guess they consider this the main entrance as opposed to the one we're at. Right there. State of Connecticut, main entrance, access to all wings. There's a library return receptacle right there. Let me do a panoramic sweeping view of this parking situation that we got here. Again, it is just off the charts massive. That music is carrying quite a distance. Man, I got sole access to the grounds today. I mean, this place is dead empty. When school's out, school's out. I mean, people just head for the hills. Again, all new construction that you see in front of you right there. I'd love to be able to get access to the inside and walk around and give you an inside tour, but I do not have that permission. Down here, there's a big sign at the end of the building that says B and E wings. There's a sign in front of me coming up, faculty, staff, parking only, college permit required. All right, let's get a sweeping view from this distance. Get that clock tower down the end. There it is, folks. It's maintained very, very nicely. I mean, yeah, they could do some weed whacking and stuff like that. I'm sure the guys will come in. I'm sure the grounds crew will come in soon. No smoking in this area. I'm surprised they allow any smoking at all on grounds. I mean, that's kind of a shocker in today's world. I would have assumed that there would be no smoking on campus in any way, shape, or form. This looks to be like a gardening, some form of vegetable garden or plants of some sort. Vegetables, but right now it's just a bunch of weeds. This seems to be some kind of a greenhouse and other, I don't know, outbuildings of some kind. Right there. It looks like there's a lot of stuff in there. A lot of, I don't know, equipment of some kind. There's a building with some solar panels on the top of it. And this looks like some kind of a maintenance area or mechanicals, maybe heating, air conditioning, I don't know. A garage. Several garages are back here. This building looks to be new-ish. There's more solar panels right there. Not a lot of them. Here's a good look at the back of the, I don't know, it says contractor parking. So I don't know what the story, I don't know what the specifics on this particular building is, but yeah, there's another building up here. What is this thing? Faculty? Okay, this may be a separate, I'm not going to go up there at the moment. I always say that and then I end up doing what I said I wasn't going to do. Let's just take a quick look. This building might not be. All right, New London County Extension Center. UConn. Let's take a quick look at this thing. I'm not going to linger on this too long. Back in the old days, I remember the 4-H club used to do certain, I don't know, activities or gatherings in this building. All right, let me see what this says. UConn, New London County Extension Center. I don't know what that means, but we'll get a look at it. There it is. All right, UConn College of Agriculture, Health, and Natural Resources. That's what it says on the front door of the building. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. It's kind of hard to read with that reflection, but there you go. And we're going to head back down. This neighborhood you see across the way here, these houses down here, I believe that is Jones Court, which is a one-way street off of New London Turnpike. There's kind of a real wide shot of that maintenance building. I say maintenance, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look like any students would be going in there. Clock tower way in the background. place is monitored by security cameras. I can see a couple of them right in front of me. But I'm going to walk down to the main building and resume coverage of that Thames. Let's see, what does that say? Thames River Middle College. Okay, this metal building here, there's a sign, Central Utility Plant. Kind of makes sense. Man, I can hear that music all the way where I started, all the way over the building. And I'm quite a distance away. I can still hear that music. Central Utility Plant. So that's there's an EV charging station. EV stands for electric vehicle, electric car. So this is quite a large building. I'm going to assume that's another part of the new construction. I don't know that, but I think it looks new to me. So this is a different, what is this? Three Rivers Middle College Magnet High School. All right, I didn't know that. But this is the old building right here. It's not that old, but it's, the original Three Rivers Community College, but now it's Three Rivers Middle College Magnet High School. If somebody out there in the world of YouTube or who's ever watching this video right now has any knowledge about that Three Rivers Middle College Magnet High School situation, let me know. This is, again, what we're looking at here is the old original Three Rivers Community College building. Now they added on, there was a lot, to this project. It wasn't just knock everything down and build a brand new structure. There's kind of a logo right there. TRCC, Three Rivers Community College. But these are some of the older, and again, they're not old, but I don't know when this thing was built. Maybe the 50s or 60s or whatever. There it is. Just get a quick glance at that used to lead into the back or the side of the gym, the gymnasium, basketball court, and whatever they did in the gym. I don't know if I know basketball, volleyball, whatever. I'm not 100% sure. People that went to the school, and there's plenty of them, will know the answer to that question. There's another look up towards that Central Utility Plant. More parking. Again, as I've said, acres and acres of parking. They get this is the F wing right here. There is a couple of big gen racks, so if there's a power outage, I guess, I don't know, they might not have to worry if those are backup units. This is receiving. You see above the receiving is that taller brick area. That's the gym. I used to know it as the gymnasium. This looks like an area right in front of me, this cement area where I believe oil or some form of fuel to power the school would be placed in underground tanks. Take a look over at New London Turnpike. And let's see, yeah, this is the very large area there directly in front of us would have been the gymnasium. And there's a sign, Cafeteria and NPR loading. I'm going to work my way towards the front of the building. This seems to be a large cafeteria. There's outdoor tables and chairs that are kind of built into the cement that people can dine at. This statue, I remember being here when I was a kid. I mean, this is let's grab this for posterity. Near the spot of the Great Plains, 1643, the Mohegans defeated Narragansetts in the most conspicuous purely Indian fight recorded in the annals of New England. Hopefully that's legible. Let's get a close-up. Right there. But again, I don't think you can see through the reflections in the glass. But maybe you can. I don't have a polarizing filter on here, but that's the cafeteria. They have nice, you can either get a booth or a conventional cafeteria style table. And again, these are really nice outdoor. Looks like there's an area or a little spot for an umbrella. Another side entrance. It's a look at basically a large field. It's part of the grounds here. I don't think we're going to be able to see inside there. A bunch of reflections, but whatever. I'm pointing in the direction. Best I can do. If I had a polarizing filter for this camera, I would be able to, you'd be able to see crystal clear in there, but I don't have one. And it's just not going to happen. Polarizing filters for this type of camera are too much of a pain in the neck to work with, so I don't do it. Pointing into another area. No idea if you can see it or not. I hope you can. And there's a wider shot of that cafeteria right in front of us. Over there again, New London Turnpike. If you see, okay, let's watch this SUV go by. Right there, that's New London Turnpike. There is a conveniently located fire hydrant right there. More music. Hopefully I won't be nailed for a copyright violation. We'll find out when I go to upload it. It'll just shut this thing right down. It won't allow me to upload it. I believe this is new, this section of the building. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. Some more music in the background. It's from when we started this journey, because I'm coming full circle. I'm working my way back around to the clock tower. Walking on the grass right now with the beautifully mowed grass, which is about, I would say, 4 inches tall at the moment. Under some beautiful, right now I'm under a maple tree. This oak trees, maple trees, all kind of nice plantings all over the place around here. There's another area, I guess you could go out and take a break. Whether this is another cafeteria, I do not know. Take a look in the door. There seems to be a bunch of computers. Not door, window, but I don't know. I see a vending machine, what looks to be computers. I'm not sure about. Yeah, I think they're computers. And here's this little section. Very nice, unusual trees here. The bark. Very unusual bark right there. If anybody can identify the type of tree, that'd be nice to know, because I don't know. There are the leaves on that tree. Right there on that unusual tree. I'm going to go back a little bit further on the lawn, the beautiful lawn. I'm going to take a wide shot of where we just walked. We do a little sweep. So we'll go right to left. I have not done a walking tour of the outside of Three Rivers Community College yet until now. So this is I had to wait for this because school's got to be out, otherwise people are going to get real suspicious of a guy walking around with a camera filming or recording video of everything. It's just not going to look right. So let's get out here a little bit. Get a shot of that clock tower again. I gotta back up a little bit. Hang on a minute. All right, walking backwards. It's always a risk. It's a cool effect if you can master it. Guys in Hollywood make it look easy. Cameramen. So there's the tower. The beautiful clock tower. As we scan across the entire scope of that Three Rivers Community College. Beautiful school in Norwich, Connecticut. And this is where I came in the building. I'm going to walk over to the main sign right now, and then I'll end the video when I get over to that sign. I want to point out every single solitary thing that I can. It's a good day to record video, my favorite kind of day, completely overcast, no harsh shadows, nice soft light, just the way I like it. If I go on a real bright sunshine filled day, it can be excellent video, but the problem of shadows is something that you really got to be aware of. You don't have to worry about shadows with very, very soft overcast conditions like we have now. There's a bus stop I'm going to get another shot of that house that I like. So there's a bus stop, solar panel up there. Let me center this house up. 587 New London Turnpike. Right there. I've always loved that house. That's a brick, solid as a rock, a brick house. I'd love to see the inside of it. Do another sweep of this excellent college. Again, school's out for the summer. Now that's a heck of an oak tree right there. That's old. The one slightly to the right of the frame. It's old, and the way it's grown with its branches it's really an immaculate tree. So there's the sign I wanted to get in. In the background there would be the dining area and former gymnasium. Maybe the gym is still in there for all I know. But that's going to conclude the tour of Three Rivers Community College in Norwich, Connecticut. That's the end of the video.